y'all, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. The Chanel LeBlanc 2025 spring collection is finally here and I am incredibly excited about this because y'all, this collection is beautiful, even more so in person than it is in pictures. I mean, they just don't do it justice. So I decided to pick up a couple of the pieces to review for y'all today, but we will be going over this collection as a whole. And currently it's only available at Chanel boutiques and select counters, but it is coming to their website and other retailers very soon. So I will have a link down below in the description box that I can update as these products are available to do so. I will also have listed and linked everything that I am wearing on my face today. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything that I use or wear in any of my videos here on my channel, always check the description box. I squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But let's go ahead and jump into this. Alright y'all, let's go ahead and get started with the blush because I feel like this is the product that most people have been excited about in this collection, myself included of course, but this is the Camélia Futura Powder Blush Trio and I think this is beautiful. I love the shade selection in here. I think it's perfect for spring and I also think it's going to work well for a lot of skin tones across the board. But let's be honest, it's the embossing in this palette that makes it absolutely beautiful. I just love the camellias in here with the soft stitching around the edges. And this is the kind of embossing that's going to hang around for a little while. So it's not one of those that you're going to dip your brush into a couple of times and it's going to be gone. But the formula in here is lovely as well. It is very finely milled. It's soft and silky to the touch. And this is very buildable in pigmentation, which as a fair gal, I appreciate because while I love a good blush moment, I like to be in control of the pigmentation of my blush when I apply it to my cheeks, and I can absolutely do that with this. Now this is supposed to be a matte blush, but I find it has a little bit of a sheen to it when I apply it to the cheeks. I didn't so much see it when I swatched it out, but I definitely see it after I apply it. I wouldn't say this is like a glowy blush. It just has like a soft, healthy lit from within glow when you apply it, which I find to be very blurring and more flattering on the skin. So a couple of things to kind of keep in mind about this palette is one, the shade selection in here is nothing new or innovative. We have seen these a million times over from every single brand on the market. And the other thing is that while you are going to get 3 shades in here, it's really hard to pick up just one shade on its own unless you go in with the little brush that is included in here. More than likely you're going to get at least 2 of the shades, which is fine. They mix together beautifully. I personally like to go in with a big fluffy brush and just do all 3 shades on my cheek. It gives a really pretty kind of dusty, rosy, corally shade. I know that's like kind of a mix going on, but it does look really pretty on the cheek. So if you're thinking this is going to bring variety as far as 3 shades go or something different from what you already have, it may not necessarily do that. So let's move on to the eyeshadow palette because this is the product that I was least excited about in this collection. I honestly hadn't planned on picking it up because I found it to be a little boring, very repetitive for my collection at least, but in person, this is incredibly beautiful and it really comes down to these 2 shades right here. This one more so in particular. It is the most beautiful iridescent pinky purple duochrome. It is very reflective on the lid. It's high shine and sparkly, kind of wet looking, very smooth. It's not textured or gritty or anything like that. It's not going to accentuate texture. It just lays down and I find it to be very unique from a luxury brand. And then this shade right here is a really pretty kind of opalescent iridescent shade. It has like a soft pink reflect to it. It doesn't have a flip like this one does, but again, it's absolutely beautiful. You can pop it in the inner corner, pop a little bit over the center of the lid, and it is just stunning. And honestly, this shade right here would make a beautiful highlighter as well. My good friend Mel, who was actually with me when I picked up this palette, kind of pointed that out. So we are going to try that. I haven't done it yet, so I'm really eager to see what it's going to look like. But I do think the formula in here is really nice. It was very easy to work with. It's softly pigmented, but still buildable at the same time. This shade right here, this really pretty kind of gray leaning taupe shade, really kind of packs a punch. It's more deeply pigmented than you think it's going to be in the pan, and I found that to be really impressive. None of these are going to be a flat matte. They definitely have a little bit of a sheen to them, which can be very flattering on the eyes, but it can also be a little too much depending on your preferences. But for me, I have really been enjoying this palette. But let's go ahead and try this shade on as a highlighter and see what it's going to do. So let me find a clean highlighter brush really quick. All right, so we're just gonna go in with this one from Singe. This is the F07 brush. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this shade right here, and we're just gonna pop it right over top on my cheek over here. I do already have a liquid highlighter on, which we will get to in just a minute, but I just wanna see what this is gonna do, how it's gonna lay down, what the reflect is gonna be like, and that is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's very soft. It's definitely a little bit more blinding than what you would normally see from a Chanel highlighter, but it just melts into the skin. It's soft. It doesn't have like that weird line when I put it down because it does have that translucent base. So overall, I think this is the product that kind of stood out to me the most. While I do really love the blush, this is the one that I have been most excited about in this collection. Next, let's move on to what I was wearing as highlight before I put that on over top. And it's this liquid iridescent illuminator right here that came out with this collection. This is not a new product to the collection, but this is a new shade. And I thought this shade was really unique. In fact, again, it's another one of those that's more beautiful in person than it is online. It has this really pretty kind of green reflect to it. Not over the top, not anything that's gonna look wild on the skin, but it just adds the most beautiful glow. And I have really been impressed with this formula. I have been wanting to try this for a long time and I just never got around to it because I felt like the shades were something I already had in my collection and I just couldn't justify the price point for it. But I am so happy with this product. I did wear it yesterday in my Throwback Thursday video mixed in with the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation and it wore beautifully. It never broke down. It didn't come apart. It just gave like the most beautiful glow to my skin all day long. I am wearing this today as a base under my foundation and then it's also what I was wearing as a highlighter as well. But this has a really nice thin consistency to it. It's not overly runny. It's not super thick. It doesn't feel heavy or greasy on my skin. And like I said, it just adds the most beautiful glow. Very subtle when you wear it on its own and it just kind of amps up your foundation if you add it into one. I don't find where it messes with the longevity or the formula as a whole. It will thin out the coverage just a little bit, but it's not going to break it down and kind of make it wear off a little bit faster. And this I think is absolutely beautiful. Like I said, very unique to my collection and very unique to the line. And the last product that I picked up in this collection is the Rouge Allure Laque. I picked mine up in the shade 96 Avant-Gardiste, I think is how you pronounce that. This was one of two shades in this particular formula and I went with this one because it's a little bit more sheer. It has a soft sparkle to it and it was a little bit more unique to what I have. The other one included was pretty much the same shade but take away the sparkles and give it a little bit more opacity. But I have really been enjoying this formula as well. Of course, it is what I am wearing on my lips. But I find this to be kind of a hybrid between a liquid lipstick and a gloss. So it's going to give you more longevity than a gloss will, but it's not going to give you as much longevity as a liquid lipstick. It will wear off, but it wears off very evenly. It's nice and hydrating. It's thin. It's not super high shine, but it's also not a matte either. I find it to be really comfortable on my super dry lips and I am really loving it. So we do have some other products included in this collection that I ultimately decided to skip out on. And up first we have nail polish. They came out with two new shades for this collection, which I think are absolutely beautiful. They are perfect for spring, very fun, but I am not a nail polish girly. I will put some on my toes from time to time, but generally if I want something done to my nails, I'm going to go to the salon and get a manicure or I'm just going to throw on a pair of press-ons. So it wasn't anything that I would get any use out of. There's also some of the eyeshadow sticks included as well. I'm not sure exactly how many shades, but again, it's another product that I'm just not reaching for in my collection. I have several of them. I think the formulas are great. I find them very easy to use, but it's just not something that I'm reaching for. Personally, I'm the type of person that's going to reach into an eyeshadow palette over those, so it was kind of a waste to pick them up. And then the last couple of products are going to be more lip products, and the first one is going to be the Rouge Coco Flash. I wasn't really attracted to the colors in this collection. I thought the formula was really appealing. It's a little bit more high shine and more high pigmented than the Rouge Coco Balm, which I absolutely love. But the shades just weren't anything that I was personally wanting. And the last product is going to be two new shades in the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Wear Liquid Lip Color. Now this is one that I almost picked up one of the shades and I may go back and get one when it's available online or something because I've heard such good things about this formula. It's a liquid lipstick on one end and a gloss on the other. I've heard they're very comfortable on the lips. They're very pigmented. They last all day and they're very comfortable and hydrating for dry lips, and that really makes me excited about them. So like I said, I may pick up one of the shades. I don't know which one because they are both absolutely beautiful. But overall, I think Chanel did a beautiful job with this collection. I really like it. I think the products are beautiful. I've enjoyed playing with them. I'm really impressed with the performance of everything. And overall, it gets 2 big thumbs up for me. But that is going to complete this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know all of your thoughts down below in that comment section. Let me know if you picked anything up, if anything's on your wish list. Let me know all of your thoughts. I want to to know it all. Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment section. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. Until my next video, have a good one. Bye.